And let's just say schmuck. All right, let's say schmuck, Josh, if that's fair, because it is. It's fair. We were fair bringing him on yesterday, even though he slandered our good friend Ken Hagen. Aaron had Ken on last week while I was out, and then thought, hey, it's only fair after Josh went on Twitter and basically suggested that Ken Hagen was lying. Aaron thought, hey, it's only fair that we let Josh come on and make his points. So he came on yesterday. He called Ken Babby a liar. He didn't say what he was lying about. Unfortunately, it's like the end of the interview, and basically let him go after that. But he called Ken Babby a liar, and he suggested that our good friend Ken Hagen is lying, which I have an issue with right away. And, like, if you listen to the interview yesterday, you know I didn't agree with anything he was saying. But I tried to at least be professional about it and not be a total jerk just because I didn't like the guy going in. But then he gets off the air, and I'm on my way home, and I just happen to notice that I have a notification on my phone when I get at a red light. And I look at it, and it's this schmuck. Well, let me find it because we got a lot of replies yesterday. Let me find it so I don't misquote him. But I was shocked, and I saw it because I saw people replying to it, and they were not fooled by Joshua Wustel, and they noted right away that he's full of crap, and he is. Here's the tweet from Wustel after he got off the show yesterday. It was brought to my attention after I ended my interview on the Pat and Aaron show this morning. One of them suggested I insinuated Hagen lied. By the way, that one of them was me. I suggested that, Josh. One of them suggested I insinuated Hagen lied. This is completely untrue. I said exactly what is in the video on the public record, which I blah, 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 blah. So here's the tweet last week when I was out from Sam Cohen, and it said, Ken Hagen on the Pat and Aaron show about taxpayer burden of stadium. The answer is less than zero. We're not raising taxes. No one is going to feel this. That's what Ken Hagen said here. Joshua Wustel on Twitter, where he likes to be cute yesterday when he could see that people were pissed off at him for being a schmuck, and he replied with a little violin emoji. Great public servant here. Joshua Wustel replied to Sam's tweet last week and said, nonsense statement for anyone to make. They are literally trying to raise property taxes and catastrophic reserves. It's all on public record. If you say that something that someone said is a nonsense statement, you're suggesting one of two things, Joshua. Who the hell calls himself Joshua, by the way, as an adult? Joshua is what your parents call you when you're a sniveling little brat. That's probably what he still is. That's why he looks like it.
When you got Patrick as a kid, did you know you were doomed?
No, I mostly got Patrick because my dad's also a Pat. So it was like Pat and Patrick was kind of the way to separate us sometimes.
Yeah.
I knew I was in trouble when I got the full name.
Oh, yeah. When Amy hit me with the Samuel Bryce Cohen, I knew I was doomed.
Yeah, when you get the middle name, you're in trouble. So what you're suggesting, Joshua, when you say that somebody like our friend Ken Hagen made a nonsense statement, you're suggesting one of two things. You're suggesting that he's an idiot and he just doesn't know what he's talking about, which I don't think that was what you meant, or you're suggesting that he's lying. So for you to go after we had you on the air yesterday and didn't treat you like the schmuck that you are, we didn't treat you like the schmuck that you are, even though we should have. All right, we were too nice to you. For you to then turn around and because you said that Ken Hagen was a liar, because you did. You did. That tweet right there suggests that Ken Hagen was lying. So now I don't trust anything you said because I see the way you work. This is why Ken Hagen's the only politician I trust. Because of guys like you. I didn't call him a liar. You know what that is? It's exactly what I tweeted at you yesterday. I said, I wish you would have said that on the air, you piece of crap. I wish you would have said that on the air. Because you know what? Maybe you didn't say the words Ken Hagen is a liar, but you damn well insinuated it. When you say that his comments on this show are a nonsense, it's the only reason Aaron had you back on the show was to stand by those words. Because you said that what Ken Hagen said is a nonsense statement. Well, what does that mean? It's BS. It's semantics. Semantics. That's probably what you're doing at Ken Babby, too. You're using semantics to try to make him sound like a liar. You sound like a liar to me. When you twist your own words, when you try to pretend that you didn't call Ken Hagen a liar because you didn't use the word liar, that is the most politician semantics BS I've ever heard. Disgusting. Aaron said at the end of the interview yesterday, I imagine this won't be the last time we're talking to you. Yeah, it was. Last time I'm talking to you. Aaron wants to have you back on the show. He can do it on a day that I'm out. Because I'm not talking to you again. Not on the air. I want to talk otherwise, privately. I'll gladly tell you why you're a piece of crap. But you twist the words of Ken Hagen. You suggest that he's a liar. Then when we call you out on it, you go, I didn't say liar. Unbelievable. I hope your constituents know who you are, and I hope they vote you out as soon as they get a chance.
To be clear, too, excuse me, you alluded to, Pat, the whole thing when we had the hitman on when you were out of town or when you were getting ready for the draft, and then and I'll clip it and I'll post it on Twitter. I have no problem, especially because, you know, I took a while to get him on the show and whatnot, and we wanted to hear what he had to say. Let's not get this
Wish
mistake.
we didn't.
Let's not get this mistaken, though, Pat. He did use the semantics in terms of Hagen calling him a liar, but for anyone that missed the interview yesterday,
Calling Hagen a liar.
Huh?
Him calling Hagen a liar.
Yeah, that was semantics, which was ridiculous in its own right. But for anyone that missed the podcast, it is up on the iHeartRadio app. You can go find it there. But don't get it mistaken if you missed the interview and you're listening right now. He said at one point when you the quote was something along the lines of, when you lie directly to my face, I'm no longer going to want to have a coffee, or we're going to have a major fallout, is what he said. And Aaron expressly said, who are you saying is a liar? And then he immediately said, Mr. Babby. So he did full and well call Ken Babby a liar on the air. No questions asked, no semantics. Those were words that came directly out of his mouth. And if he wants to dispute
Now, to be fair, he didn't dispute that. He didn't say he didn't call Ken Babby a liar. He said he didn't call Ken Hagen a liar.
No, I know. But I'm saying, don't try to use the semantics when you're going to be like, oh, well, I didn't say this, blah, blah. We know what you were saying. Because if you listen to the interview and you said what you said about Ken Babby, we know you think worse of Ray's ownership than you do Ken Hagen based on what you said yesterday. So don't try to dance and beat around the bush and act like you didn't say what you said. Yeah,
and to suggest that you call out another council member and their comments and say that they are nonsense, there's a nonsense statement for anyone to make. What the hell are you suggesting there other than he's lying? Please tell me. I'm sure you're listening this morning. Maybe you've got some intern listening or something, getting a transcript for you or whatever you need. If it's too early for you to wake up. I'm sure not. He was on with us yesterday. Tell me what you're insinuating there other than he's lying. You can't do it without using BS semantics. It's probably what you ran on. And again, hopefully your constituents see right through it and they vote you the hell out. Stop trying to ruin a good thing for Tampa Bay. Unbelievable. I can't believe we were so nice to that schmuck. And then he ran to Twitter. Oh, they suggested I said Ken Hagen was a liar. Because you did. Because you did. All right. I don't know. Woostall might be getting some of this because I'm very, very frustrated with the Tampa Bay Lightning as well. It's a pissed off Thursday. I appreciate everybody on the text line who wants me to breathe heavy and feel better about it. I do appreciate that, but I don't appreciate a schmuck coming on here and spewing the nonsense he did, and then going on Twitter and spewing more nonsense, and besmirching our friend Ken Hagan, and besmirching Ken Babby and the Tampa Bay Rays. Screw you, Joshua.